Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon, and I do have a hobby. And my hobby is that I'm a rail enthusiast. Basically, I'm a trade spotter. And I also enjoy travelling to different places by train. I am not on YouTube to make myself famous. I do these shows for basically fun. And if my journey is going to plan or not, guess we're going to have to watch this show to find out. Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Morning everyone and welcome to Bradford. We're at the Travelodge and we're just about to leave now because we're going to cross over there to Bradford Forster Square Station. The first train off there today is actually 9:17 this morning, which is running all right at the moment. Unlike yesterday's fiasco with the northern strikes. I did go down there last night actually to take a look. There was only like one 333 part there. A station staff sitting on the platform. I think he was actually too enjoying the peace and quiet, to be honest. But no, he did come up to me and said, "Oh, there's no train." So he's like, "Yeah." I know because there's only like one London North Eastern Railway service. That's it. But yeah, today we are covering the Freedom of the North East, which is a Rover ticket. Just get this quick because I'm just about to leave actually, like that. Which it's a 4-hour day Rover. You can get one that's more than 4 days as well. Covers you from Sheffield and the Midlands, well, area to Berwick-Upon-Tweed in Northamptonshire. But it does cover you most of Yorkshire, like up to Scarborough, Middlesbrough, Whitby, Selby Hall, even Bradford. So we'll be using it on the Harrogate line as well, which will be later on. So basically we are going to Chesterley Street today. May meet someone there, we may not. I think we'll do Durham, Berwick-Upon-Tweed and Darlington. And we're going to end at Newcastle because that's where my hotel is. We're actually, on this trip actually, we're actually not filming at Newcastle Station. So that's a strange one. But anyway, I'm going to go to Forster Square Station now. We're now on the 0913 to Leeds. I thought it was 0917, but if I came at 0917 I would miss this train by 5 minutes, which would have been a disaster to be honest, because the next train, they're not frequently out in the morning. But last time I went this way, which was August the 11th, I had to walk it from Shipley, no, from Frizinghall Hall to Shipley because of the fire at Frizinghall Hall, which I do not want to do that walk again. But no, once we get to Leeds, we're going to get a TransPennine service to Chesterley Street. We're there just after 11 o'clock. But yeah, this is the first train out of Bradford this morning. And all I got to say is welcome to the Leeds train.
Welcome to the Leeds train.
Roughly where the fire was during our last visit around this area.
The next station is Shipley. The next station is Leeds. This train terminates here. Please take all your belongings with you.
Westerly Street Station is on the East Coast Main Line between Durham and Newcastle and is 260 miles and 32 chains north of London King's Cross. The station opened on the 1st of December 1868 by the North Eastern Railway. The same day as passenger services began operating on the stretch of the line between Durham and Gateshead. The station is mainly used for TransPennine Express services either from Liverpool Line Street or Manchester Airport headed towards Newcastle. But there is one northern service which stops here with a Saltburn to Carlisle service and a cross-country train service which stops here with a Newcastle to Southampton service. I'm sure I saw that building somewhere before. I think it's Traceabator, believe it or not. Same with that footbridge over there. Anyway, we're at Chesterley Street Station. We're here till 12:26 to Durham because we're going back that way. But also, yeah, I have seen somebody here.
Me is here
It's Alex Dodds from Dodds Diaries.
with my smile and everything.
How are you?
I'm good. Hello everyone watching Simon Trains. Nice to see you. Keep tuning into Dodds Diaries. It's brilliant. And coming up, Spanish Diaries.
Well, by the time this
Yes.
gets uploaded, your Spain will be probably already uploaded.
Oh, it
but
might not even be up by now. But anyway, just
yeah,
yeah.
might
This
be.
is
Be November time, would it?
it depends when I'm
Yeah.
busy now. Anyway, this is Chesterley Street Station. Opened in December 1868. Was mentioned in the song Slow Train by Flanders and Swan. We got two platforms here, platform 1, platform 2. Served by TransPennine Express most of the time now. We've got one cross-country train heading towards southbound around 25 to 6, which apparently I've heard they're trying to get rid of, which they better not. But if they do, then our service is just going to get worse and get worse. And also another thing I found since the main timetable change, we've got a few trains that stop here heading south. They don't stop at Darlington. Why? It just makes no sense. I mean, if a train stops here, it should stop at Durham and Darlington, not just Durham and straight on. What's up with your TransPennine? I don't know.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Aye. In the meantime, some of the views.
Oh yeah, you want to carry on?
Aye. We'll show some of the views.
My video's been hijacked.
Been hijacked. Some of the views from the station here. Need to drop further. I'll just be a few moments. So, if we look out towards, you'll see a castle over there. That is famous Lumley Castle.
There we go.
Popular tourist attraction up here, and a good place to get married and have your dinner. We've also got to the right the Emirates ICG, the International Cricket Ground. So if you ever watch the Ashes or any of the cricket live from the riverside, it's always Chesterley Street, just there. And we've got various streets here. We've got the estate of Great Lumley in the distance as well. And can't really think of anything else really.
No?
Nope, that's it.
Alright,
You get back onto it now.
yeah. So, that's a quick tour of Chesterley Street. But we're going to fill a few more trains and then we're going to head back to Durham. Do you want to say anything else? Or
Say hello to Ian and Oh, is it your dad's birthday? Is it?
I think it is, yeah.
I know. I saw it on his. I know. By the time you say this, it'll be past his birthday.
Yeah. He doesn't watch this anyway.
Does he not actually?
No.
Yeah. But yeah, it is his birthday today. So happy birthday to Lyndon. Now just hello everyone else.
Okay.
Keep watching. His diaries are brilliant. Keep watching those. Keep watching mine. There you go. All right.
Durham Station is 254 miles and 53 trains from London King's Cross. Durham had 4 stations, which were Shincliffe, which opened in 1839 and was a rope haulage until 1856, and closed when Durham Elvent Station opened. Next was Durham Gilesgate Station, opened in 1844, but this closed in 1857 when today's Durham Station opened, but the station continued to be served for goods until final closure in 1966, and the station site is now a Travelodge. The station we are standing on was opened in 1857, but in 1871 the station was redeveloped when the North Eastern Railway built a new line from Turnsdale and then onwards from Newton Hall Junction through Chesterley Street to Newcastle by the Team Valley, which is now the site of today's East Coast Main Line. The last station was called Durham Elvent, which opened in 1893 on the Durham to Sunderland branch, which was diverted from Shincliffe Town. It closed to regular passengers in 1931 and fully closed in 1953. Passenger services to Bishop Auckland and Sunderland by Penshaw were withdrawn by British Railways under the Beeching Cut on the 4th of May 1964. We're now at Durham Station. As you can see, 43259 is powering right there. And when our train comes in at 13:26, we're taking this to Newcastle and changing at Newcastle to get to Berwick-Upon-Tweed. Because the Berwick train actually speeds through here, and the train I'm going to catch to Newcastle does stop at Berwick. But before this HST goes, you can just see how far they need with the new Azuma trains when they come into service. They've had to extend the platform just so when the Azumas start entering service, they've got a long platform and don't need slide door opening on their station. You'll find out with a lot of stations on the East Coast, they've got to extend the platforms for them. Anyway, we're going to move to like 13:26 and then up to Newcastle way. Berwick-Upon-Tweed is the last station in England on the East Coast Main Line before you enter Scotland. The station was opened in 1847 on the site of the Great Hall of Berwick Castle, which had to be demolished to make way for the station. The North British Railway arrived into Berwick in 1846, and in March 1847 the Newcastle-Berwick Railway reached the southern bank of the River Tweed. But it wasn't until another 18 months before a temporary viaduct across the river was commissioned to allow trains to run between Newcastle and Edinburgh, but this was replaced by the Royal Border Bridge, which opened in 1850. The station was rebuilt in 1927. The station once had a local stopping service between Newcastle and Edinburgh, and a branch line service from Newton St Boswell via Kelso, which joined the main line at Tweedmouth from 1851 and closed in 1964. In 1979, Berwick-Upon-Tweed acted as a terminus station for services from London King's Cross after the East Coast Main Line was blocked by the collapse of Penmanshield Tunnel, with buses linking the station to Dunbar when trains shut up between Dunbar and Edinburgh Waverley. Well, we've got a few minutes between trains. It is quite windy, so I might have to speak up a bit. We've just investigated down here. The next two not to pass till like 10 past, and in about a few minutes I'm actually from the top of that station down towards the river. And I'll tell you something now. Here's something I haven't seen, not expected to see. When I get down to the bottom of this river, that, what I'm about to show you, is absolutely stunning, breathtaking, beautiful. That is the Royal Border Bridge. We're now at Berwick-Upon-Tweed, and for the first time ever been to Berwick, well, this ain't my first time to Berwick because I've been here quite a few times, but the first time being at Berwick, there's a track machine here. I was going to stay here till 15:33, but then I've noticed there's a 66 Freightliner down the bottom, somewhere between Dunbar and Berwick, so I'm going to stay here an extra half an hour, leave at 16:09 to see if I can get that freight 66 here. If not, I might be able to get it at Darlington. But we're still going to go to Darlington after here. But then after Darlington, instead of going up to Newcastle, but instead of going back down to Darlington as planned, I'm just going to stay in Newcastle. I might just take a train to somewhere, I don't know yet. Or I might call it quits early. But no, instead of staying here till 3:30 now, we're staying here till after 4 o'clock.
Berwick-Upon-Tweed, Newcastle. Any passengers joining the train at Berwick-Upon-Tweed, if you can now have tickets and wheel cards ready for inspection. Thank you.
When the Stockton and Darlington Railway opened, they passed through today's site at Darlington Station, which opened their minimal branch from Albert Hill Junction onto their main line to Croft-on-Tees on the 27th of October 1829. In 1844, Darlington Bangkok Station opened as a terminus for the Great North of England Railway, but was acted as a temporary terminus but ended up lasting for 15 years before being replaced between 1859 to 1860 by a new building on the same site. But 3 years later, the Stockton and Darlington merged into North Eastern Railway, but passengers still had to make a short between Banktop and North Road stations. But it wasn't until the 1880s when the North Eastern Railway built a new line south of Banktop Station and rejoined the Stockton and Darlington metals just east of Dinsdale, which led to the Stockton and Darlington passengers to be routed through Banktop Station, which led the station to be rebuilt and soon became busy interchange station for services to Richmond, Barnard Castle and Penrith, the Tees Valley Line to Bishop Auckland and Saltburn, and also on the East Coast Main Line. But the lines to Penrith closed in 1962, Barnard Castle closed in 1964, and Richmond, which opened in 1846, closed in 1969.
Next station on platform 4
We're at Darlington Station. Now we are waiting for that 66 convoy that we saw at Berwick, which they decided to loop it there. I was waiting for it at Berwick-Upon-Tweed Station, and then they looped it for my train out of Berwick. But yeah, that's how it goes, unfortunately. But there's 3 sheds, but one of them is 66413, which is painted a new Freightliner livery. So waiting for that here, then I'm going up to Newcastle after that, then get some tea to Newcastle. I'm going to call it a day. There is a London North Eastern Railway that's actually late as well, which I'm waiting on. But yeah, pretty nice for sunset at Darlington. time is now 8:30. Now unfortunately the train to Manors Station is not till 21:04. So we're going to try and get there quickly using the Nexus, the Tyne and Wear Metro.
Standing at platform 2 is for the coast.
We now arrived at Manors Tyne and Wear Metro station. If I was to catch the train would just be pulling in now, but it doesn't leave Newcastle till 21:04 to Manors. So initially I've just saved myself a bit of time. Now, to the hotel. We're in some side street now, but I have found where I'm staying the night. Well, the past 2 nights actually. I found the travel lodge. That's only the car park though. So where's the entrance then? Anyway, I found it, so I'm gonna go in, check in, do my outro, summarise up today, and call it a night. I think I just found the entrance. Up this steep hill, of course. Well, this is surely different. A different room, but even though it's a travel lodge, see, they don't look the same. Yes, the bedding looks the same. The furniture board don't look the same, to be honest, sometimes. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about travel lodges, even though this was a hard one to find. It says 11 minutes on my phone. I think it took about 20. Because I had no idea where I was going, to be honest. Anyway, so Sunday. So I think there must have had a complaint or something. Anyway, so we started the day in Bradford, got the train at 9:13 to Leeds. Then got TransPennine to Chesney Street where we met with Alex Dodds. Now after that we went down to Durham to do some filming there. And then we went to Newcastle to change trains. And then we went to Berwick-Upon-Tweed. Now the plan was to have an hour there, but I had an hour and a half there instead. Because, I'm just taking my socks off actually. There we go. Because there was a convoy of sheds supposed to pass the station, but they looped them up north. And I got a ride on 91110, which is the Britain Memorial flight. I'm not sure I'll get that in before they retire it, because that's going to be stuff and mounted somewhere in the future. And got to Darlington. We actually had 2 hours at Darlington. I was filming, and then I was waiting for the convoy at Berwick to come past. Even though I lost the light when it left. And my train was running 10 minutes late, so I got there 7:30. But other than that, I got back to Newcastle. Had something to eat. I got the Nexus, the Tyne and Wear Metro to Manors. So that was it. Everything went well. I had to change slightly, but it still went well. So we've done that section. This is day 2 done. Now tomorrow, we're going to start at Manors Station at 8:15 in the morning. Even though I've got to find it first. So tomorrow we are doing Manors, Morpeth, go back to Newcastle, then we're going to York to get to Selby. Then we're going to be doing an hour at Selby. Then we're going to Brough to change trains. No, I'm actually leaving it in. So actually, I'm not going to Brough, sorry. I'm actually going back to York from Selby. So I'm going to York, but then I've got some time to kill. So going into the National Railway Museum. And then I've got a choice of 2 trains to get me to Newcastle. Then after get to Newcastle, we're actually going to be taking the northern service to Chathill, but we're going to a place called Accrington. Now we have passed it on the way to Berwick this afternoon, which there should be a little clip now. And basically when we get to Accrington, we've got an hour there. 1833 to 1935. Now all we get the same unit back to Newcastle. Mind you though, 1935, I think we lose the light then. We'll see anyway, see how we go. But anyway, there's an hour filming at that station to be done. So we're going to do that and then call it quits after Newcastle. Well, technically I could just get that back to Manors and... You know what? If this stops at Manors on the way back from Accrington, I could just come back here straight from the railway station and get something to eat here instead. I'll plan that tomorrow anyway. So that's basically Tuesday. I have been raveling on a little bit. I try to make these intros outros less, but unfortunately I do ravel on. And I think it just loses interest and... Exactly. So I'm going to end now. You can subscribe to me at Facebook, Siren Trains Rail Journeys, Twitter, Instagram, Siren Trains. Thank you for watching day 2. I'll see you for day 3. See how it goes. One of these days though, he's going to mess up. I'll tell you that for now. Which one now?